In this video, we're going to take a look at two-sided machining or flip sheets or flip parts. This is where we have a A side or a B side to our part, or side 1, side 2 to each part. We're going to start by going to File, Import, and open a CSV file that already has operations that require two-sided machining. Once we are opened, we could go through and scroll through our sheets, and we could see the items that have two-sided machining by any objects or shapes that are a lighter shade of gray. We could see that that is now on the bottom side, or side B. The darker black shapes are the top side, side A. I'm going to go through the process of setting up the toolpaths for this, but I'm noticing our hole size here are 1/4 inch, and I want to be able to change those to 5mm, mainly because that's how my drill bank is set. So I'm going to open up the AI assistant and just say change holes so I'm changing the holes from 1/4 inch to 5mm. Once that is done, it tells us that it changed a total of 640 holes across all the parts. I'm going to go ahead and click off of that. Now I'm going to take a look at the settings to see how we're set up to handle double-sided parts. So I'm unchecking the single-sided machining, and I'm going to set the option to flip the sheet. And we're going to be flipping it in the Y direction. That is this option right here. We also have the option to flip in the X, which that would be a more challenging flip as far as we're flipping that in full 96 rather than the 48 side. Go ahead and close, and I'm going to hit calculate and nest, or calculate and create the toolpaths. We'll give that a name of flip sheet. The files have now been created. We're going to take a look at what has been created. So we know that we have going to have a folder for toolpaths, and inside of this folder we have all of the sheets that are required to cut the job. So we have sheet 1, side 1. There is no side 2 for sheet number 1, but here we have sheet number 2, that's side 1 and side 2. So if we open up and take a look at what is going on with side 2, side 2 is going to create just the drilling, and then it is going to give us a perimeter cut to trim up the edge to allow us to flip that sheet and index it against the pins to be able to then cut sheet number 2, side 1. So that is the process of flipping the entire sheet. We also have the option to only flip the parts themselves. So we would entirely cut the entire job, and then the parts that require flip will get set aside and be brought back to the machine one by one. So I went into settings and unchecked the flip sheet. I'm going to close the settings and click Save Toolpaths once again. This time I will call it Flip Part. Now we're going to take a look at the folders created for the flipping of parts. So I'm going to back out of this folder, and now we have two folders that are called Flip Part. Flip Part is the name that I gave the job. Looking at the toolpaths, this is the full sheet, 1 through however many sheets we have in the nest. So the process here would be cutting all of the sheets 1 through 17. Then once those are done, we have another folder that's called Flip Parts. Then inside of this folder is all of the parts that require the flip operation, ones that we would have to reintroduce back to the CNC for cutting just that one side. So this is flipping on a per part basis. We also have the option to 100% machine just single parts, to where we will not get a nested based machining. It might be the case where a saw has created the parts that we need. We need to bring back to a standalone drilling type milling machine. So setting the option for single part machining. I'm going to save this, and we'll call this parts only. Now that that is saved, what we're going to get is one file for every part and for every side. So I've labeled that parts only. So now we have in this list every single part separated out as if we were machining this with the parts located at the 00. So they are labeled with side 1, or the part name, then the part number, and listing it as the top or bottom. We will have the same items. If there is any bottoms, we have that listed with bottom. So we see we have side left, part 1, the top side. Side left, part 1, the bottom side. So these are individual flipping of the parts, individual parts themselves. Well, those are the basic operations and the different options for being able to run flip sheets or be able to machine an A side and a B side.